Friday sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Houston Texans. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys come in on a two-game. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look here at the veteran under center, their seventh-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game. You just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rhodes. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Stroud looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's another Texans first down.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
At the 36-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Stroud. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th
and here's
down.
Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
In punt formation.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
The Bengal first down.
Burrow on play action. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Barrow. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Burrow looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a handoff up the middle. Barrow. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well run there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
It's a loss of a yard.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Ooh, the juke. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Slot man moves right. Now Stroud going to battle forward on the touch pass. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings
up the middle they go. Rhodes. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
10 at the 37-yard line.
Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Stroud. There's a short one caught by Loveland. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They run the counter. Rhodes. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. From the 23, here's the 2nd down and 9. Play action. Here's Stroud. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Stroud out of the gun here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Shamar Stewart able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
42-yard attempt.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a fourth down coming up.
A 42-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's putting together a remarkable season. Currently the NFL's leader in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. They'll start on the ground here on first down. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Cincinnati.
Play action. It's Burrow. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
At the 46-yard line.
He'll get this complete to the rookie from Michigan State. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Bengals, first down. First and goal, Cincinnati.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Bengals. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Texans 3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
For Cincinnati.
And able to get this out to the 25. Houston set to take over. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. That ball caught by Harrison. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's in. Touchdown. Austin Loveland from 10 yards out. And the Texans have cut it back within a score.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
32-yard line.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Burrow. And Walker has it. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Texans first down.
Another one caught by Collins. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Stroud to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And they get to Stroud. Nowhere to go, and he goes down. Shamar Stewart. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And this is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
To number 25. A gain of 9 brings up.
Now a handoff up the middle. Barrow. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Going deep for Walker. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. He wants it all for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Pass complete to Loveland. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Only a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Looking left sideline, it's complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
28-yard gain. 1st down, Bengals.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and 6 now. Burrow looking to pass. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. To the sideline and incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Up the middle they go. Barrow. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Gain of 9 yards. And a Bengal first down.
Here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Walker. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23.
That's another Bengals.
Now a handoff up the middle. Barrow. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal.
Looking to throw. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
He's getting his man Cruz. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and 3.
Now Stroud. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A pickup of 2 yards.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Barrow. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Walker. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Now back to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Stroud. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rhodes. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The ball carrier.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Rhodes. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken
Looking
down
at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. To the left side, finds his receiver Noel.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it
Stroud looking to throw.
That one caught. It's Horton. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Torrey Horton 52 yards. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Texans 18.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The visitors' offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
3rd and 6.
Now Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
12 yards. That's good for the Bengals. First down.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
Burrow on play action. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud out of the gun here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Texans first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Rhodes. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Brought down right at
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At their 48-yard line.
Here's Stroud. It's complete to Cruz. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the jet sweep, there goes Collins. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 44-yard line.
Stroud to throw it.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Burrow will throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And Walker with it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Look at the big fella go. Inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And Burrow going to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Burrow looking to pass. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
Mark down and he's on the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Rhodes. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Throwing now is Stroud. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Now Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
hands it off out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Stroud to throw it. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
16 yards. That's another Texans first.
Here's Stroud. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Collins. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And the Texans first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nice little juke. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. This is 1st and 10. And you get a look at the numbers, so they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Throwing, Burrow. Finding room at midfield. Now they burn the timeout. And they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And then on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just